All right.
Are we live? Are we on here?
We are live. We are live here on the Hameen Media Group YouTube channel. Welcome to the 2021 Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest
Worldwide Watchalong. A little bit. We got about 10 or so minutes before the coverage on ESPN starts. Rad Rob. So we're going to a little bit of our pre-show here. Is we're going to anyone that is joining us right now, send the link out. Let's blast the link. We're going to do it ourselves here. We're going to spread it around. We want to get as much involvement as we can. Hey, at our peak here. And first of all, Rob, thanks for joining me. This is the third year, the third annual here, and it's a little bit of a cult classic already. 3 years in. At our peak, we had people from 12 countries tuning in for the HMG Watchalong.
That's amazing, man. And I know, I've watched the last couple of years, and I know you've done a fantastic job with it. When you asked me to come on, I couldn't be more excited to join you because this is a fun thing. It's a real fun deal.
And I need you on this thing too, man. I'm glad to actually have a coach because I'll tell you what, man. MSG, he no-sold this thing. He thought it was going to be a total dud, a total bomb. No one is going to, let alone, no one wants to watch these extraordinary athletes, if you will. But as MSG would say, these disgusting athletes, dog gobbling, and sure as hell, no one wants to hear you, RBV, talk about it for an hour. But you know what? We proved him wrong. Year after year, we've been proving him wrong here. And like I said, man, this thing has taken off a life of its own. It's the Hameen Army, baby.
Hameen Army always runs strong, and they always support everything we do. But people are fascinated by the hot dog competition, Rich. I was a long time ago when I first saw Kobayashi just burning through hot dogs, smashing the records from mold. I think 25 was the record when he first won, and he broke the record of 25, and I think he did 50 or so, something like that.
I mean, you think about how the game changed there when Kobayashi comes in, and now the 25 was the record. I mean, that's like almost laughable now, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, you take that record that set that bar, that really brought the hot dog eating contest really into the hearts of all Americans. Which hey, anybody, I don't know if you released the audio yet, but the video playback is available here on YouTube HMG channel. Rob and I sat down this past week, had a great conversation, great chat with so many people just chiming in with us, participating. The history of the great. The American icon culinary eat, the hot dog. And now from 25 to 75.
Yeah, I mean that's incredible. And yes, the audio is being uploaded as we speak. It's admittedly, I forgot. I've been busy the last few days. I meant to send it to MSG to upload, but I forgot. But that will be up here. You guys can still listen to that anytime you want at your leisure. Listen to the history of hot dogs with RBV and myself on my show, RTW Rewind.
Absolutely. So I guess now, Rob, since this is your first time around, I guess I should maybe set the table for you here. Put the wiener to the bun for you. Let you know all about all the fun we're going to have. This is kind of like a locker room format. The boys getting together. We're just going to kind of chat through this thing. I've got it on a big screen here. We have got, this is on ESPN. It's going to go on their networks at noon. As of this point, I have not seen it yet. The women have already competed. So anybody wants to chime in with, who won there, what was the bar already set. I think they went off at 11:30 over on the Ocho. ESPN 3, I guess, is where they were at. But
I love that. Yes, actually, I'm going to look up right here to see who won because I did not get a chance. As I was setting up for their stream, I didn't get a chance to watch it.
So I'm gonna head over to our social media outlets for the Hameen Media Group and get the blast down here. It's all about the hot dogs, baby. Hot dogs.
So I heard you have a little bit of a wager on this year's competition.
You gotta make it a little fun, right? You gotta have a little fun with the thing. So yeah, I took the over under, and there's a lot of prop bets out there. I mean, for all the competitors that are going on here, but I'm gonna put my money where Joey's mouth is. 73.5. That's the over under, and I put a cool 50 smackers on that bad boy. So we're gonna see if the RBV is gonna have a good afternoon. When we leave here and hit the next stop, or maybe it's the end of my afternoon.
Well, I'm looking forward to see how many we get here, and I'm pulling for you, brother, because I do want to see you bring home the bacon or the hot. Well, I say bring home the bun, but hopefully you'll win some money, brother. But either way, we're gonna have a good time with this competition.
Yeah, yes, sir. And that's what it's about, man. Here we go. We are Joey Chestnut here. We got Jeff Espers. What is it? Devin Brandonson and Nick Wedley. Is that there? Is that the top names? Weary. Okay, but I got the TV that got me on over here is a little fuzzy for that, so I might have to reference you, Rob. All that. Look at this crowd here, man. This is magnificent. They're on the at Surf Road there on the boardwalk, Coney Island. Another just an American Institute, an icon, right there at the home of Nathan's. The ones you and I just went back last week. We talked about the history and the great debates that surround who invented. Even going back to the precursor of the sausage, how did it make its way to America? Who was the first to put the weenie to the bun? We covered all of that. But I think we both have to agree when we're talking about the individual that really took the hot dog and took it to that next level. It is Nathan's. Was it the herd workers? Yes. The hand workers. The hand workers. Yes. They really popularized the hot dogs in America. They realized that there was a big thing going on in Coney Island when it was first brought over. Nathan Handworker actually worked for the first person that brought hot dogs to Coney Island. Developed his own recipe with his grandmother, and they were off his wife's grandmother's recipe. And they were off the races, brother. And they went public in 1978, I believe, somewhere around there, and they became a worldwide phenomenon. Absolutely, and it's back then they took their life savings. After 1 year working at Feltman's there, and Nathan takes his life savings, $300. And it doesn't sound like a whole lot right now, but everything that they had, everything in the world, and they took this gamble. And now look what we're doing here. Absolutely incredible, a tremendous American entrepreneur, and anybody out there, hey, and I guess what you can really learn from that is gamble on yourself, believe in yourself, press and push hard, and you can find success in whatever the hell you want to do. Look, something as simple as a hot dog, and now we're here. I mean, it's a true American dream. I mean, that's why the first immigrants came over here. They came here to search for a better life, and what a better story than the Feltzers and the hand workers coming here, and the hand workers created an empire. Absolutely. Here, I'm just getting us on Twitter, trying to juggle. We're not streaming the contest. We're doing a live watch along. If you guys want to watch along with us as we provide our own commentary, it is on ESPN, so you can watch along with us. And there are, you can do with ESPN too, you can find those streams on the internet. Unfortunately, because of trademark issues and licensing, they'll shut us down here. And hey, anyone that knows anything about the HMG right now, we are up against the wall on that. We could not afford any more strikes. Yeah, we don't want to draw any more attention to ourselves than we already have. Absolutely. So, all right, here we're sharing. We got it up on Facebook. Here we go. And then we'll send that over to our good friends in the brand fan group. We'll send that to them, and we'll send it to our own Media Live discussion group. So hopefully we get some familiar faces, some new faces filing in. Again, drop your comments, keep the chat going. We're already 11 strong, Rich. 11 strong, baby. Hey, year one, we were over on we were doing the Twitch gimmick. We had an incredible turnout. Even that was MSG was sitting there. He was in my ear the whole time as I was broadcasting it. He just over and over could not believe the people that were filing in, and the high that we had hit. Yeah. Anything, I think it was it set the record for anything non-horseman for live attendance and interaction. So again, thank you to the Army. I'm also simulcasting on my own Twitch channel, Rad Rob Gaming, twitch.tv/Rad Rob Gaming, and also my YouTube channel, Rad Rob Gaming. So we are. Here we go, Rob. It is just after noon We're kicking it off here on all of these incredible platforms, video streaming to everybody. But as we see there, we get the intro leading in, the man, the myth, the legend, the Hulk Hogan of competitive eating. Chestnut, look at that there, the face of glory in America, the true culinary icon that is the American icon that is the hot dog. It is the great equalizer from rich to poor, whatever your sexual identification or wherever you range from across these great states of ours. We all enjoy an incredible hot dog. As I said the other day on the show, it is the blank canvas. Top it any way you want, making it your own personality. But at its core, we're all the same, and we're all unique still in the same sense.
Absolutely right. We're looking about 7,000 strong here. Last year, due to the pandemic, they did an indoor eating contest with nobody there. But thankfully, some of our rules have been lifted, and now we have a crowd back here in 2021.
I've been looking for a while for a replica of this title belt. Now, I know you're a bit of a collector. We have so many other great collectors out there. Jargo's got titles from here to Japan. Well, that's mostly where they come from. It never wowed me, but this is one that I would love to get my hands on, man. The mustard yellow, a replica of the mustard yellow championship belt.
I know a guy who knows a guy, and I might be able to hook you up with a replica. I'll maybe I'll get you one for Christmas.
Here we go. The weigh-ins. A little fun fact. We'll get things going. We're going to bring you some of these little inside things as also as we get to the play-by-play, and we start talking about some of these competitors itself. They say during this thing, during this 10 minutes or so, that Joey Chestnut will consume 1,200 calories.
That sounds about right. It sounds about what I had for breakfast. So,
well, I was going to say they say that at his peak here, what he's doing is the equivalent of eating 4 Thanksgiving dinners.
Wow, that's That's remarkable. A lot of prep goes into this. A lot of competitors will fast before they do it. A lot of competitors will go on a liquid-only diet. Kobayashi said he would go on a liquid diet, eat cabbage, and then fast before the event. So everybody has their own kind of unique training for it.
Well, it's funny you say that there. When we go to the women's side of this competition, the Black Widow of fame, who essentially what Chestnut is to the men's, the Widow is to the women's division. She doesn't train for this thing. She just relies on her natural ability.
I found the winner of the women's contest from this morning was Michelle Lesko, a new champion. 30 3/4 hot dogs consumed.
Wow. Now that is some serious dog gobbling, my friend.
Joey Chestnut relax.
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't 1,200, 12,000 calories. I want to correct myself.
12,000.
Yes. 12,000 calories in 10 minutes. Again, the equivalent of 4 Thanksgiving dinners. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, even when I said it, I was like, that doesn't sound right. I mean, that's.
I knew what you were talking about.
As you said, yeah. So excuse me on that one. But yeah, Sonia Thomas, the Black Widow. She just comes in with the natural ability.
I'm not sure if she actually competed this morning because she wasn't in the top 3. So
I think she's hung up her buns. So I don't know if she's there. Here we go again. Winners of the Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest have eaten a total. This is all your winners total of 1,509 Nathan's Famous Beef Franks. This is which is also this one is going back to 1972, as we talked about Thursday on the history hot dogs. Another of great debate is when the first Nathan's hot dog eating contest was held. Some claim going back to 1916, but we have learned since then that was a bit of a marketing ploy to go back and say that the first one had launched the very first year that Nathan's had opened.
There's a little bit of controversy when it comes to the hot dog eating contest over the years, and some of that also goes around Kobayashi. A couple people assumed that or saw that he may have vomited, which is an instant disqualification. But the judges went back and ruled in his favor that he did not. But some people still contest that he had a little bit of partial treatment because he made the sport such a worldwide phenomenon.
Now, with Kobayashi, let me ask you, with his absence here, you and I were talking a little before we hopped on the live record here. Now, you got Chestnut here, a 13-time world champion. 13-time here. I mean, he's chasing right there. I mean, right out. Watch out, Cena and Flair. He's coming for you here. 13-time. Now, is it a little tainted because you don't have Kobayashi there as that challenger that kind of push him?
I believe it is, and he refused to sign a contract with the competitive eating.
Of course, this is we're talking about Kobayashi here, who this comes down to it's a money issue, and he didn't want to sign an exclusive deal, and he wanted to kind of, I guess in a sense, he's kind of like the Brock Lesnar of the hot dog world or the competitive eating world.
Pretty much. Major League Eating is who has the contract with the hot dog event. He refused to sign a deal with them, so he was not able to compete since 2011, I believe. And I think last year he held his own hot dog eating competition by himself, and he consumed more than Joey Chestnut. Kind of an in-your-face thing. If you guys aren't going to include me, well, I am the real champ, the uncrowned champ, and that's kind of how he left it.
Those that have tuned in to ESPN, or maybe you're watching the stream somewhere, they were talking. Last year that they did hold the contest, as Rob had mentioned. Though no fans allowed. Again, this is kind of the excitement inside of this year's event. You can see the enthusiasm. They have packed this place. They were just highlighting the return of the fans. And the energy. I mean, you can feel the energy, just even here as I'm watching along in beautiful Cincinnati, Ohio, and Rob, you down there in good old Tennessee, baby.
Good old Middle Tennessee. Yeah, I was going to have some hot dogs before we ate, but I actually had pizza because that was the only thing in my fridge. My wife didn't buy any hot dogs. I asked her if she could, provide me with some props for this show, but are you going to be consuming any hot dogs as we broadcast this here, buddy?
I might have some brought over to the table. As again, as we discuss the different regional flavors, and that's the beautiful thing about how you tap your dog. But I am actually here at Champions Grill, one of my great clients that I handle the marketing for, but also one of my favorite places to come. They have a tremendous menu, a great environment, great bartenders, great staff all around. But inside of Champions Grill, they have a contract with Cincinnati's original famous chili, the Empress Chili brand. That was the first one. So many people think, Skyline Chili, Gold Star Chili is our, if you're tuning into a Reds Bengals game, you're always going to see one of those Skylines or Gold Stars, but the original, and one of the absolute best, Empress Chili, served up here at Champions Grill. And as we're talking, we put that right on the dog, that beautiful Cincinnati chili. You get the mustard, the onion, big old pile of shredded cheese there. But next year, Cincinnati Chili turns 100 years old.
Wow, we might have to do a show on that for sure. When that happens.
I think I'm going to obviously a vlog, document it, but I'm going to see into the year how long it takes me to eat 100 cheese conies next year.
You can always try to eat one a day for 365 days. That'd be kind of fun to do.
One a day for 365 in honor of 100 years for the entire year to celebrate it. There, Rob, you're on to something. I just might have to. RBV Fitness about. Well, did you drop Ben in there maybe? Because I was pitching something to him in a one-day locker room some time back, and I was going to go try to get start a GoFundMe or get actual sponsorship from Waffle House. And I was going to eat nothing but Waffle House every day, every meal for a month. See if they would sponsor me for it.
S. Holstein says, I could do a Nathan's cheese fries contest. Yes, that's I love me some cheese fries. Absolutely right.
And I discovered, amazingly, I got a Nathan's in my little hometown that delivers. You can't go in. They got to deal with the big boy in town, where they distribute some of their items there, so you can get some of those delicious menu items, but they only DoorDash it. But yeah, the other day, they got a New York style Philly. I actually had it up here on the commercial they showed just a moment ago. Ooh, damn, it was good, man. Big, thick cuts of that prime rib. You get those sauteed onions, peppers on there, and they use the yellow cheese, not the provolone that you get from the variations. It was the original. What you should get from a Philly.
Yeah, I'm jealous. The only Nathan's I can get are in my grocery store, and I have to cook them myself. I don't have anybody that distributes or sells Nathan's cooked hot dogs around here. But I'm jealous of that. Hey, we're 40 strong here as we get into.
Here we go, baby. Hey, that is incredible. Hey, and let us know where you're at. Obviously, I'm expecting we're going to be representing across these great states of ours. But hey, in our peaks, we've had 12 countries inside of one of these watchalongs represented for the hot dog eating contest, which has been pretty cool. One of the highlights of our short and very successful run for the streaming.
Yeah, that's truly amazing. Everybody in the chat, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube, let us know where you're from. Let us know where you're watching.
There we go. We're getting the competitors are making their way out. The official announcements here. Terrence Kenner. It's Kenny on T Kenny on YouTube. Look at this house here, Rob. You would think this has got to be one of your favorites, right? One of the odds-on favorites here.
Darren Breeden, he's a big boy, and just to let you guys know, these guys have all signed deals with the Major League Eating, and they've all done qualifiers to get into this competition.
Darren Breeden, he looks like he is sweating hot dogs.
Yeah, he does.
Look at the jerseys there. His is stretched out, man. You look at the comparison there between those two.
I'm jealous. Sonic the Hedge Rat, what's up, brother? He's in North Carolina. Welcome.
Carolina. I am down here in Carolina. Are you a Tar Heel fan or a Duke fan? I'm a Dookie myself. So
he's HMG fan.
We've got the chug contest going here. What are we drinking here? Is this lemonade? Is this?
It looks like lemonade. That's gotta be cold.
Either that or egg yolks. Now let's go into the mind here of Chestnut.
He looks calm, dude. He looks calm and in reserve, like it's no big deal to him. He looked really, really calm.
Now we're talking about, essentially what we've got here. I mean, if we saw anybody but Chestnut walk away here with the championship title, it'd be one of the greatest upsets in all of sport. He is hands down the favorite. He's probably, as you go to the odds makers across the board here, probably one of the largest favorites in all of sports history, if you're looking at the gambling side. So, it's him and everybody else. I mean, is there extra pressure on him that he has to step this up and he can't let anyone? I mean, would it be shocking to see anybody within like 15 dogs of him?
I don't think so, and I don't think he's worried about losing. I think he's just really racing against himself. He wants to beat his own records. I don't think he's concerned in the least that anybody else is going to come even close to what he's going to consume today.
No, it is him against essentially the hot dog clock. It's 73.5 is the over-under. What we're going to keep our eye on that ticker. There we go. A couple sweet-looking dogs, and then the signature Nathan's boxes. And there's the man. Look at here. Hot dog buns consumed 1,013, weighing in at 126.6 pounds. There we go. Total calories, 293,770. Holy crap. There's your cost there. Over $4,000.
$4,800 of hot dogs that he ate. He ate a 13-year-old pretty much.
Hey. Don't get us banned.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
17 appearances here, man. That's incredible. 13-time champion, 17 appearances.
Yeah. Yeah, one year it was a shocker. He lost to Matt Stoney. That was when was that? 2015? Yep, 2015. He lost to Matt Stoney, who's also a competitive eater on YouTube. Very popular guy.
Now, I will say, for those of us joining, and Rob yourself too. I mean, go out and check out. This is the hot dog. Yes, it's the marquee, the main event, what everyone talks about. But there's an extensive list of of these eating competitions, and you can go check out these world records. I mean, a number of these competitors here, Chestnut himself. I mean, he holds a dozen or so world records, and it's kind of crazy to see the different foods that they put down. Some a little disturbing as well. I mean, like 18 pounds of mayonnaise, in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. I watch Matt Stoney on his YouTube channel. He'll do, like 500 big nuggets and stuff like that, or, 75 tacos. He always just tries up. He's a small dude. Like he's like 5'8" maybe.
I've wanted to do that. I was actually going to enlist the assistance here, or the ride or die shotgun of a good friend of mine, Chef Justin Watson of the Not Your Average Taco Cart. Jay Watson Catering out here in Southern Ohio. But I was going to sit down and film that and just see how long it would take us each to eat 100 chicken nuggets.
I'd pay to watch. I would put bets on that to see how many you guys would do. You know, if I think you're gonna if Chestnut comes anywhere close to what he did last year, you're easily gonna win the over, because last year when he won, he consumed 75. So 73.5 is the over.
I was wondering, 75 is the record, and he's been on the press runs all week talking about it. His intentions, as you said, looking calm, cool, collective. He has got his eyes on the prize. It is him versus the dog. Man versus dog is really what we're looking at here. He wants to break that record, which I was kind of shocked. Thought maybe it was a little disrespectful that the odds makers coming in at 73.5.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, maybe they're not paying attention. Maybe they know something we don't know. Maybe there's an inside tip to saying that he's not going to stress himself out and he's just going to he's going to coast for the victory. Who knows? Who knows what kind of game plan that Chestnut has going into this?
Now, as we do, we're going to be talking about Chestnut. That is where, everyone's eyeing the champ and what he's going to be able to do. But some of these other competitors, you're going to see some very unique personalities here. And that's one thing, this maybe why we are so drawn to it and it's so relatable is it's very much like professional wrestling.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's just even you see the MC there just popping up the crowd and getting everybody excited, and they had the chug contest and all that. It's a spectacle. It's I guess it's kind of the WrestleMania of
well, it's as I put it here, it's beyond WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania. It's the Super Bowl. It's the World Series, the NCAA Finals, the NBA Finals. It's Wimbledon. It's the Masters. It's all of those stuffed into an intestinal casing and placed on a delicious warm puff.
As we celebrate 4th of July weekend here, this is typically when the contest broadcasts every single year. For dinner tonight, we are going to be grilling hot dogs and hamburgers and baked beans and the whole deal. So I'm looking forward to it.
Ooh, baby, are you going to slap? I mean, now that you said that, I was going to ask you what kind of fixings bar are you going to have ready? But hey, man, those baked beans on top of that dog sound good.
Baked bean, and that's typically what I do. I'll throw bacon, American cheese, baked beans, and I melt it up, and that's my go-to on 4th of July.
There we go, brother. Jargo and I, we just released a new episode of the Hitting the Marks podcast, and I got him in on a little hot dog talk. You and I were talking about the ways we'd like them prepared, but Jargo, he brought something to the table too that, dude, I can never pass up. I love me a good gas station dog, the old school on the roller, and you get the cruddy condiment packets. You're lucky if there's a bun in the bun warmer, kind of deal.
It depends how long they've been roasting there. Yeah, that's your new champion,
Miki Sugo. There we go, baby.
She's the 7-time champion. She did not win this morning.
Okay. Yeah, now let me tell you, would that be a bit of a turnoff for you, Rob? No, oddly enough on it. I'm drawn towards it.
She's a pretty woman. It's the soggy bun thing. I can't get over that. Oh, hey, she's got a bun in the oven. Look at that.
There we go. The next generation, if you will, of competitive eating, right there. I mean, it's in the genes, right? They're both competitive eaters there. I think I got to get myself one of them jerseys too.
I can see you wearing that. I can see you pulling that look off.
There you go. 7-time champ. 7 in a row. She ripped off there. 48.5. It was the bar that she set there. And there we go. She's going to be joining them in the booth. I think that's the next thing. You said we're over 40 strong here in the live chat. Hey, everybody, get on the social media. Tag Nathan's. We need to have our own booth there next year, Rob. HMG needs to be representing at Coney Island. Hey, put us on the Ocho. We'll give you the Ocho coverage, Rad Rob and the RBV.
Yep, we'll get on the Ocho. We'll have our press passes. We'll provide you the best color commentary here. I guess we know why she didn't compete this year. It's because she's pregnant. So the former champ can come back next year and say, in a wrestling angle, I never lost my belt. No one ever beat me for that title. I'm coming back next year to take my title back.
And here we go. Some replays of this morning here. The women went at 11:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. the ladies got it going. ESPN had coverage on one of their other channels, as we said here. But I mean, look at this. You got that drive, man. That focus, that desire. I mean, it's you and the dog in your own realm of existence is what this is about. I love to see.
What's your beverage of choice here when you eat your hot dogs? Leon Phelps wants to know.
Well, I was going to say, let us know if you got a little beverage of your own. But I'm sipping on a little whiskey here as we're getting things going.
Nice. Typically, if I'm eating hot dogs on the regular, it's definitely an American.
Well, I think well, not just an ice cold beer, which it always hits a spot there, but a root beer, maybe a root beer float. I mean, what's that in a hot dog? You can't get any more American than that, can you?
No, you really can't.
Now where you're at down there in Middle Tennessee, do you have any of the old hot dog stand, like the drive up, the root beer stands, where you get the car hop or anything? Do you have any of those down there?
Unfortunately, not. The only thing we have any close to that now is Sonic, because Sonic has pretty much run all of the mom and pop shops out. So that's the closest thing we can come to that.
I think we have one, right? It's actually called the Root Beer Stand. Root Beer Stand. It's in Butler County, just north of Cincinnati. But yeah, it's Sharonville, Ohio. It's that old school kind of vibe there. They know me all too well. They just in the chat they just throw up here because I said I was sipping this whiskey and someone threw up. Not drinking Yukon Jack.
Drank that all last night.
Yeah, I think you assholes out there know a little bit too much about my personal life here and my drinking habits.
Well, I mean, you are the star.
Here we are here. So Rob, who do you think? What is going to be the closest here? As we're talking about, you got Chestnut, and then the next competitor. What's going to be second? What's going to be second place? What's your guess on the runner-up dogs consumed?
I mean, if Chestnut even comes close to what he did, if he even gets 70, I think the next person will probably be 50. So I'm looking at maybe a 30 hot dog difference. That's typically the average.
You think about the separation in competition there.
Yeah.
I mean, just that game changer. Now, I think what would be interesting as we look at this as we're tracking down the line of competitors here to see what won the women's. You said was it 40 something?
Yeah, Michelle Lisco won with 30 and 3/4 hot dogs.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that to see where she would fall in the men's competition.
Yeah, typically in years past, before they introduced the women's competition as a solo competition, the women did compete with the men in one contest. And actually, there was one women's winner in the mixed contest, and that was back in 1975. Charlene.
Wow, that's impressive in itself. So kudos to her.
Looking at the numbers back then, she won with 8.5. So just look at where we've come in the competition from year to year. It grows literally from year to year.
That is simply incredible. That we're talking back. It relatively, outside of our lifetimes, but not that long ago, to see the drastic jump. Yeah. In these dogs that are being consumed during this thing.
Yeah, it's really remarkable, and that comes with different training techniques and different shortcuts and styles. I mean, there's several different styles of how they consume their hot dogs. The most popular one being now where they break the hot dog in half, eat both pieces at once, and then dunk the bun and shove it in their mouth so they can swallow it better.
And as we're getting introduction here, Darren Breeden here, as they're running through, they're sharing a little bit of their tips, their insight, how they feel about the competition. We were talking about the training. You had mentioned a little bit of that Rob, and quite extensive, hours upon hours, the commitment, the dedication that goes into it. This is serious business. But how they do that is, and one of the methods here is what you're looking to do is expand your stomach. And you can do that inside of your training. They use a lot of milk is a great substance, tons of water. And what that's going to do is expand that lining and your capacity of what you're able to hold.
Yep, that's exactly right.
And then inside here, as you talk about the consumption of these things, we see the water, you see the, maybe just going to the dog itself and then the bun. And it's just all about that ease, opening up, your throat to be able to just guide that baby down there.
It's a remarkable talent. It's not something I could do, even though I'm a big guy. It really does. It's not about the big guys either. You know, we've seen skinny guys like Kobayashi, like Matt Stoney win. It is all about the preparation. It's all about the training. It's all about expanding your stomach on the inside with water. And it's heavy prep. I mean, you got to give these guys credit. It's not just go there, show up, eat, and go home. They literally train for weeks, if not months, to get used to this one day, because it's the biggest day of their career.
Well, a little question maybe we can throw it out there for those in the chat. I know we've got people representing across these great states of ours. Happy birthday, America. Happy birthday to all of us. This is our day to celebrate, why we are the greatest country in the world. Hey, if you really want to celebrate all of our great pros, personalities here at HMG, head on over and Rob yourself. Rad Rob, head on over to Pro Wrestling Tees. You got Rad Rob, you got Ben Hameen, Chris Ovio, Dr. Manbeast, Stevie Richards, Greek God, Big Sal. Is that everybody there? I don't want to forget anyone there, but all the personalities, the pros that have been inside the ring, and Rob. You can head over to Pro Wrestling Tees today. Use promo code USA, save 20%. Really, what says that you love America than a Heels Over Strong t-shirt with Ben Hameen?
I mean, nobody gets over like Ben Hameen. He is a nuclear heat magnet.
Hey, and for Greek God Papadon, the Greeks invented democracy, so you got to thank them for that.
And they also lay claim to creating hot dogs and pizza. So
yes, also the Greeks. If you knew this, they invented sex. Yeah, and then 5 years later, the Romans introduced it to women.
Well played. Hopefully he doesn't hear that.
Tip your bartenders. I'll be here for another half hour.
That wasn't me, Papadon. It wasn't me.
I think I told that one time to the Godfather HMZ, to Triple D from doing the Star Trek stuff. I think I told him that one time and he didn't find it very humorous.
I can't imagine why. Look at all the people in years past. I mean, 50,000 people before COVID. They would have 50,000 people show up to watch a hot dog.
That's why I kind of got sidetracked on it there. But yeah, I was going to say, is anyone here maybe not been to the hot dog eating contest? I think that's got to be on our bucket list now, as we're saying. We want to be there representing, give us on air, but just to be there. Has anyone been to Coney Island on the boardwalk? I mean, such an iconic place. They were showing some scenes there, going back in the day. I mean, it really was the happening spot, such a tremendous destination for vacation goers, for tourists and all of that. It was the hot happening spot.
It really was. I have been to Coney Island. As I used to live in the Northeast, but I have never been to the competition. So maybe next year we should plan on making a trip up there.
There we go. We'll get the roadie. Big Ray asked me if I ever wanted to bring the Professional Wrestling Alliance to the area. He wanted a gig. He wanted. Maybe we'll invade, man.
Look, Big Ray's always looking for another platform to get his name out there. He's a glory whore. So I mean, that doesn't surprise me that he wants to do that. I would no sell if I were you.
Come on, man. He's got one of those the tremendous voices, producers, those personalities of the HMG. Hey, he's a founding father. Everything that sitting here going on probably 5.5, pushing 6 years, and it was Big Ray. Big shout out to him that gave me my break.
No, I love Ray. I always bust his balls, especially this time of year now when the Yankees are almost in last place. And the Red Sox are in first, so I had to bust his balls yesterday about that. He wasn't very happy. Hey, we got a new Space Jam coming out. That's exciting, right?
Well, I put out the question the other day on social media here. You got a new Space Jam, but with the ill will towards LeBron, are people going to be rooting for the Goon Squad in this thing?
They might actually be. He's kind of made a heel turn here in the last year, so that you could be right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. Are people actually going to be rooting against Bugs Bunny and them?
I love the memes of LeBron on the ground after he got. I don't know if he got kicked in the nuts or somebody kicked him in the leg. I don't remember what it was, but they're quite funny. Are you a soccer fan here, Rick? As we see some Euro commercials.
I am not. It is one of the things that I cannot get into. Here at Cincinnati, we actually just got. I think they're in their second year not of existence. They were working on some like minor league circuits here, but they joined the major league soccer. So here in Cincinnati, Cincinnati FC. They have a tremendous following. People absolutely love them. They got a brand new stadium. It is a gorgeous facility that they've got in downtown. But it's just one of those things I've never really picked up on.
I haven't either. Introducing our first contestant here. This guy's 50 years old, and he's quite a character.
Here we go. As we told people, HFG we're really known there for that wrestling side of things. We're going to see a lot of parallels, a lot of mirrors, a lot of similarities between this two. This is a grand spectacle in sport. The competitive eating at its finest. The main event, the marquee, baby, as we said, WrestleMania, Super Bowl, World Series, all of those big events stuffed into an intestinal casing, put on a delicious bun, and we're ready to go here.
Brian Dudlight Dudzinski coming up to the stage. Oh, fade away.
Hold on here. Look at these guns on this dude here, man.
He's in pretty good shape.
Eric the Red, baby. Kind of as we're going through these things here, this kind of reminds me of old Eric Redbeard, formerly of the Wyatt family. Which pro wrestlers would you love to see? I'm surprised that Vince hasn't sent like a crew into this thing and they have like on the pre-show do a pro wrestling style. Hey Tony Khan, you love crazy things. Let's get some AEW guys on this thing, man.
Yeah, before he got released, I would have said Braun Strowman would have been perfect for this right here.
Oh, I'm surprised. Yeah, that's a hell of an idea that he didn't reach out to these guys. I mean, you talk about Braun up there. That would have been a hell of a spectacle, a hell of a treat for everybody.
Last I heard, he likes swallowing hot dogs.
Hey.
Derek Heavy D. Hendrickson from Las Vegas.
I'm going to say, man, inside of the WWE universe right now, I think maybe one of the favorites, or would we love to watch? Man, I'd love to see Otis out there.
Yeah, Otis would actually be perfect.
You get big Otis out there, that would be incredible. Let's see, what about our new superhero? Nikki Cross would be great at this, I think.
Nikki Cross would be good.
Put her out there in the superhero outfit, almost a superhero. Now we got some hunger here, man. Hartman, he's bringing the fire. Hey, you can pop in here. I said we're gonna have people pop in. Our buddy Big Neil here, baby. A walking encyclopedia. We are live across the world here. We're doing a little play-by-play on the Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
Oh boy. That's a little bit too many hot dogs for me.
This is Rad Rob. He's down in Middleton. The over-under, I put $50 on it, baby. 73.5 for Chestnut.
Chestnut?
Yep.
I'd have to go with the over on that one. Chestnut can scoop them dogs down.
Right.
As we're getting ready again, the introduction's on the way. It's going to be the greatest 10 minutes in sports, right, Rob?
That's exactly right. The pregame usually lasts longer
on that one.
Only 10 minutes, but yes.
We got Juan More Bite Rodriguez, baby.
One more bite. I like that. Number 16th ranked eater in the world.
Ain't nothing like a good hot dog eating contest.
There we go, baby. Ask Amy for double well. As we continue through here, man, I'm surprised. Again. You love the personalities here, Rob. They need more. I mean, you look at WWE production. Man, I'm surprised they don't get their hands on this thing.
They should, man. I mean, they're all about crossover and marketability. You'd think somebody would tell the old man about it.
I'm just saying, we got the Calm Cool Collective. We got everyone else really hyped up. Look at this, man. You just got the silent march. Oh, he's going old school here, barefoot.
Like Kevin Von Erich style.
Yeah, barefoot here, 31 on the jersey.
Look at the stare, the death cold stare.
The death stare, baby.
Yeah. He ain't playing around.
He means business. Now, you think is that some kind of is he trying to psych people out here? I mean, what's with no footwear?
I think it's like a psychological tactic. I really do. I think people don't like feet. Maybe some guys have a foot fear, and maybe he's going to try to psych.
Okay, maybe start rubbing that big toe next to the competitor next to him. Little psych out, little freak out, if you will. That gentleman kind of reminds me. We're talking about some of the pro wrestlers would love to see try this thing. I like to see good old JR up there. I would expect him to win the damn thing, but just to have him up there.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd get the name of the competition right.
Now, you know what's going to happen here. Who's going to challenge Chestnut? You know, it is the 4th of July. Right after his entrance, you're going to see that helicopter coming in. Lex Luger is going to come in here to challenge Chestnut for the championship, the mustard yellow championship belt.
That would be that would pop me if that happened.
I like this. Gordon Hungry Hazard.
Hey, Nashville's own Gordon Hazard.
Represent Nashville. There you go. The Bill representing.
I guess I'm pulling for him. At least for
Hungry Hazard. Now, Rob, what would your dog goblin nickname be here? Rob the Rad Dog.
Yeah, I don't know if I could say what I want to say on the air, but I'll think about that while we watch the competitors come in.
Let's see here. I'm thinking of mine. I mean, mine's got to be somewhere along the lines of Rick, the Dick, or something.
Well, I mean, you are what you eat, right?
Yeah. Little shout out there to the old cult classic. I don't know, it's cult classic. It's just a freaking classic. Bachelor Party. Remember that Rick the Dick in there?
Yeah.
The guy on the hot dog on the platter. And she grabs onto that bad boy. Come on, man.
Here's Nick Fury. Yeah, he's.
There we go. Isn't that the husband of our women's champion?
Yes, that's correct. And
the proud family representing here.
He's ready to go.
There we go. Back to Darren Breeden. We mentioned him before. He looks kind of calm here. He's in the zone, baby. He's in the zone.
He's a number 3 ranked eater in the world. So we'll see if he can get anywhere close to what the current champ will get to.
And you know, that's one of those other things here. I mean, this you talk about it would be a feel-good story. You're going to be making all the headlines. They're going to be covering you. If you're someone in that 2 position of those ranked eaters in the world. And no one's really looking at you, no one's talking about you. But if you could make that run, if you could get close to the champ, you could challenge him here. And that's what's got to be going through his mind. And he looks focused, he looks determined, he's ready to go.
Yeah, I don't know, brother. When they say in football, in the NFL draft, you always remember who's number 1. You always remember who's the last pick. I don't know if everybody's going to remember number 2.
And that's what you got to go in, that chip on your shoulder, man. If you're 2 or 3, you're in that striking distance, you're dismissed already. We haven't given him much attention. The major press isn't. It's all about Joey.
It's all about Joey, and if he's going to beat his own record. And no one's even thinking that anybody else could even take him down.
So that probably gives you a little bit of I don't know. There's probably a lot of personal pressure on yourself, but you keep that in mind. No one's thinking about me. So, if I bomb here, I'm all right. But if I can make that serious kick, if I come strong after him, make some noise and get things going. Again, happy birthday, happy birthday, America. Happy 4th to everyone out there.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody being here, hanging out in the chat and watching us on various platforms. We do appreciate all your support. Welcome, everybody, to the Watchalong of the 2021 Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Competition.
Also, here we go. Here he is. Are you ready, baby?
Here.
As you said, give me the flair. Give me the woo, baby. As I sit here in the great state of the OHIO in its Queen City, it's Cincinnati, Ohio. We got the 13-time champ walking in. Will he walk out? There's that number again, 14, as I think about Pete Rose here. Will he walk out a 14-time champion? You're getting ready this week for the show, for this moment here, studying, going back and watching some of the film on this thing. I love this announcer. I'm going to start sampling a lot of what he does and what I do inside of wrestling, because I think it's that edge. Every pro wrestling announcer, it's got that same cookie cutter feel to it, man. We got to up the game here. I'm going to start sampling a bunch of this stuff. That energy is incredible what we have with our announcer.
That's absolutely right. Maybe we should get him booked for one of your shows in the future.
You want to talk about a mark out moment for me.
Right? That would be. Joey looks a little bit, I wouldn't say worried, but he's got his game face on. We saw him pregame. He was kind of laughing, having jokes on the phone. But now he looks serious.
What do you think the night before is like for these guys, man? This lead up. Do they get much sleep? Or you think at this point, they're professionals. They're going to bed at 9 or whatever. Man, I would be a train wreck.
I would be too. I mean, even with podcasting, people say, wrestlers have said it, they still get butterflies every time they go out, even though they've been doing it for 30 years. Podcasting, I've been doing it for 3 to 5 years. I still get butterflies before every show. I mean, it's that natural nervousness, that natural adrenaline that you feed on to get excited, for the competition. It happens to everybody. I think they're nervous. I wouldn't be able to sleep the night before. I'd be,
So look, that last minute here is the preparation, as they are absolutely getting ready. You see they're stretching the jaws, man. Getting ready. They're loosening up that throat.
That's another thing people don't realize. Like, that's a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of chewing, but at least the hot dog, that's a lot of chewing. I mean, the buns slide down due to the water, but I mean, you have to really train your jaw.
And you get into Nathan's as well, man. You got that natural casing. You got, as you said, to break that down.
Yep.
And I think that's why you get rid of the bun and you're worrying about a one-on-one in between those two in your strategies.
Plus, it's an all beef hot dog, so it's a little bit of a tougher chew than your typical hot dog might be made out of chicken pork.
It would be interesting if anybody in the chat wants to Google this thing real quick. I wonder when they introduced the style of the water usage in the dipping. Because I can't imagine, someone's really looking at this thing. How can I get better? How can I get faster? How can I get bigger? I'm going to dip this thing in water. Because to me, you're thinking that just goos up that bun. So now you're swallowing a big old wet wad.
That's the one thing I can't do.
Did that come out? Did that come out right?
I mean, I knew what you're saying, but yeah, that's the one thing I can't do, and that's kind of why I found it disgusting when I first started watching these competitions. Is the wet, soggy bun. I can't. I'm a texture guy, Rick. I couldn't do it. It would make me sick.
I'll tell you again, here at Champions Grill, west side of Cincinnati, Work Road. I think what's great about this place, really, it's an idea of what you want in a sports bar. You see all the memorabilia on the wall behind me. The whole place is like that. It's decked out. But you cannot turn your head any direction and you see a television.
Yeah.
And what's most important about that, too, they got them in the bathrooms. They got them on the patio. There's TVs everywhere. They got everything covered here. Yeah, you got to love that. And the Reds are getting ready to play. I'm going to tell you, man, the hot dog eating contest, baseball. Kentucky, whiskey here. What better way, baby? It's America's birthday.
That's exactly right.
We are on the break here. This has got to be the most nerve-wracking as they kick the commercial for these guys. They're on the stage. You're with the competition. You're elbow to elbow, knee to knee, and in some cases, maybe there's a toe rubbing you from our friend with no shoes on. But that's got to be the most intense part right here, is that calm before that storm. When they hit that bell, they hit that whistle, and it's on. 10 minutes, fast and furious, baby. Hot dog action coming at us here. This is the excitement.
They know it's the last break before the competition starts, so I mean it's game time. I mean I'm looking forward to this.
10 minutes on the clock, correct? And then we're maybe 12 minutes tops, and we're going to have ourselves a champion.
That's right.
The Titans of the weenies ready to throw down here. I mean, this is like we're looking at Mount Olympus. This is the Avengers, an end game, all in one. This is what it is about. Did I use that right? Because I save all my nerdum for wrestling. I don't know the comic book world.
I don't either. I really don't. Apparently, Media M5 takes exception with the term hot dog. He hates the term hot dog. If Nathan originally used that term, they would puke. That's fair.
Well, we had covered that. We were talking about the history of the hot dog, and maybe because you had the Dushin dog and you had the Red Hots. And some legends would have you believe there was a sports writer who was at the Polo Grounds there for the New York Giants. Couldn't spell Dushin, so he just combined the term Red Hot and Dushin dogs to hot dogs. One of the legends out there. Also, when it came to obviously the sausage, even going back to Homer in the Odyssey had mentioned something like that, and so many people claim fame to who invented that. But more importantly, it was about when you put the wiener to the bun, and that's the great debate here in the States. So the three big ones is the Polo Grounds, the St. Louis Browns baseball stadium, or who taught Nathan's, where he grew from, was Feltman's right there at Coney Island.
Exactly right. George Shea hyping up the crowd. We're getting ready.
We are ready here. Rad Rob, are you ready, baby?
I am ready. I'm nervous. I'm looking forward.
We've got to switch our gear, and we are off and going. Those dogs are dunking. The consumption is here. This is the moment, baby. Chestnut, let's get the counters here. The clock is on. We are counting down from 10 to 0. This is what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this team, man. Focused, dedicated. Here's another job we could do out there. We could be the dog handlers. Look at the guys. They're ready right there at the moment's notice. You need a new plate. You are set to go.
Now, how much pressure on those guys to not drop the hot dogs and make sure they have them ready for the transition?
Ooh, hey, you think that's a great point here. We're looking at the superstars that are shining here on screen here. Think about the teamwork from the grill, to the gullet here of what it takes to execute this thing. The timing. That's something that's simply me. I'd love to go behind the scenes and see how this thing operates, man. And you talk about the intensity right now. As you said, there is no room for error. This is what it's about here. Look at the crowd here, man. This place is packed. It is jumping.
We're a minute in. Chestnut's got a 12-8 lead.
Here we go. Let's see here.
You think he's pacing himself, Rick?
As we're looking here at the stats here of how he handles himself in these time increments, I was going to ask you that, Rob. What would your strategy be in this thing? Do you want to come out of that? You want to come hot, no pun intended, hot dogging out of the gate on this thing, or do you pace yourself and see where you're? Maybe you do the strides there as you break it down. You come out as high as you can, then you cool it down, then you kick again.
Yeah, I would pace myself for sure. I'd make sure I have like a comfortable, maybe like a 5 hot dog lead, whatever, and I just kind of cruise along and get into a rhythm. And then when about maybe 3 minutes to go, I would just turn on the jets.
We were talking about the preparation, and we're talking the duration of this thing here. What do you think after is like? You just want to be left alone, just go sit on a toilet somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason Pepto-Bismol sponsors the event.
I'm learning things I did not know that, brother.
Yeah, they do. And in fact, the women's competition gets a pink belt, which is sponsored by Pepto.
That is incredible. I saw the pink belt. I did not know. Hey, a little RBV fun fact. Back in my Cincinnati Bengals season ticket days, tailgating, Pepto-Bismol was the official sponsor of the RBV. I'd stop at the little gas station next to my house before I got on the tailgating bus, and I would chug a whole bottle of that stuff because I was not using the portlets down there. And whatever was in me from the night before, a bottle of Jägermeister and hot wings. It doesn't work on a Sunday morning when you're waiting until a 1 o'clock kickoff here in Cincinnati.
That's exactly right. Chestnut going for his 30th hot dog here with 7 minutes remaining. 7 minutes and change. He's over 30 now. So he's got a 10 hot dog
30, lead. Baby. At 31 here, and we're looking now 20, 21, 10 behind. Is that Esper? Is that what it says there, Esper?
Esper, yep. Esper's 10 hot dogs behind.
And, those two are really pulling themselves apart here. You got a couple there at that 17, 18 mark, trying to catch Esper for that number 2 spot. But you see those two individuals there, Esper and Chestnut at the top. But again, Chestnut 9 to 10, 11 dogs ahead. It is the champ versus the wiener.
I wonder what Weary's strategy is, because he is the number 3 competitive eater in the world. He's only got 18. It's 34 to 18. He's in 3rd place. He's dropping quick. I don't know if he's pacing himself, or maybe he's just not in the rhythm today.
Well, you got here, we're seeing some of these individuals. We're talking about the strategies in this. You saw everyone coming out really kind of fast and furious with one dog, one bun. Now we're seeing the multiple dogs going down here. You see some of these guys with 2 or 3. And you got to think that what's your shelf life? What's the longevity on that when you're doing that quick mass consumption?
I don't know.
All right, there we go. Caramel vodka, baby. I love it right there. That's good. What are you cooking? Hopefully some hot dogs. If you're out grilling right now, but maybe you got something, a specialty you got going on.
Like I said, we're doing hot dogs and hamburgers tonight with all the fixins and watermelon and all kinds of different, desserts. We got Kentucky Derby pie. We got some apple pie. You got to have apple pie during America's birthday. So we're gonna get down tonight for sure.
Speaking of birthdays, I did want to give a shout out to my regular tag team partner, Michael Jargo. His birthday was Friday, 42. Brag on myself there. Mine was yesterday. It's funny. Jargo and I were podcasting for about half a year before we figured out that our birthdays are back to back. We're the same year. So he is the old man of the Hitting the Marks crew. So let him know that.
Your birthday was yesterday? I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday, my friend. I did not realize that. I'm sorry I missed it.
No, it's all right. Hell, I wish you were here, but you're going to be here in August. That's what's important. You're going to be there for the big show. Swiss Wine Festival, VB, Indiana. Rad Rob coming up, going to help us out with the pro restaurants. We're going to have, of course, Art, the guy that we trust in everything. I trust in Ted. He's got the book. Dr.
VB Wine
Taylor.
Looking forward to it.
Yep, and Ben Hami, we're bringing him in. Hey, we also got from Ring of Honor, Shane Taylor, formerly Impact, Congo Kong, and a tremendous local guys, man. It's a show not to miss. All right, Chestnut here, 34. Yes, sir. No, I was looking there at second. He's at 49. He is not slowing down. He is keeping an incredible pace here, Rad Rob.
Yeah, we got 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go, and he's about to consume his 50th hot dog. His record is 75. He is on pace for that record.
I was going to say, this is where it's getting interesting with 4:20 to go. Yeah, there it is, 4:20. Another shout out to Jargo there. I'm starting to sweat a little bullets myself over here. That's 73 and a half, Rad Rob.
Yeah,
it's obtainable. I think it's going to be close here. It's going to come down to the wire.
I mean, if he goes in his current pace, he's looking to consume at least 80 hot dogs, 80, 85, if he continues on the current pace.
That's why we brought you in. You are the statistician, the mathematician. You're quick on those numbers. I ain't got those, but you're making me feel a little bit better. Or you jinx me, you a-hole, and I'm going to lose this thing for you that you mention it.
My feed just went down, so DirecTV is letting me down right now.
Oh, Nashville, you got some high winds, some heavy hitters going on here?
I don't know what's going on, but I
hold on. No, I think it's ESPN. We are down here as well, but we're going to work on the fly. I think it's ESPN because we're getting. Are you just getting like these weird?
Yeah, weird.
All right, now we got DraftKings.
Yeah.
Wow, and that's where you need the production assistance here. But we're going to keep it going. We're going because they're going to resume here. They're going to get it back on track, and we're going to know our champion. This could be like one of the greatest sports scandals of all time here. Did you cut the feed? Is there a work in? Is there a run in? Is something happening here?
Yeah, we're about 3 minutes left, and we don't want to miss the end here. That's a horrible thing to happen to
here we are back. We're back. We got 2:45 right now.
Okay. Yeah, you're about 5 seconds.
Hey, we were talking about behind the scenes, about from the grill to the gullet here. Man, the production's another thing. You got to think about the panic that just happened somewhere in a production truck.
Yeah, I mean, it happens at AEW on a weekly basis, but it got somebody like ESPN. That's a no-no.
Well, you've got an hour show. You got one time a year, an hour show, but you're focused on 10 minutes. You cannot falter. You cannot stumble here, brother. And that had to be a huge panic moment.
I think
they are back. The competitors, and we're getting another fuzzy spot here for ESPN.
Boy.
Hey, if you're getting it there in Nashville, we're getting it here in Cincinnati. Yeah. You got to believe that is everywhere. Turn my attention here to the screen next to it. What's your temperature down here, man? We had a tremendously, for the summertime, cool weekend, man. It's like high 70s, low 80s. Expecting a spike here back to the 90s. How's it down there?
Same here. It's been unusual last couple of days. It was about 75 yesterday in July.
Here's what I'm guessing. This has got to be, there's got to be an issue with the live feed because their commercials are coming in fine.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right.
When they're kicking in, it's got to be an issue with the live feed. So maybe there's something going on there.
Kobayashi is working with the Chinese here to hack the contest. And
I was going to say, has he been in the chat? Have we talked to him? Where is Hacker Hami?
That's a good point too. Maybe he's trying to disrupt the system.
How would he? Let's see how would Hami call us? Oh, you dogs are hot. I will fucking destroy.
Yes, sir. Media 5. We'll definitely have to hook up here at some point.
Now, as we're waiting here, we got, I don't know, I got a Pizza Hut commercial here in my market.
Same here.
When it comes to the big chains, I know the Jargos, I mean, that's one of their regular staples, man. They love the Hut. They love Pizza Hut.
I can't do it, man. It's not the same Hut that I grew up with.
All right, we are back here, man. There was, I like going into the Pizza Huts, man, because they had that old school little charm, the old school booths, the red and white checkered tablecloths, and I thought we are back 71.
71, looking good, Rick.
Dude, we're pushing.
He's slowed down.
1.5 away. Come on, man. Kick for that record.
Come on, Joey. You can do it.
Holy shit.
He's hit that wall. He's not looking.
Come on. There we go, baby. There we go. 74. 74
RBV is the winner.
In the money. Blue screen, blue pants. I don't care. Let's do that dance. I am in the money. As we're looking at the runner-up here, man, look at that difference. 25 dog difference, man. We expected a little bit better, a little bit closer competition. We didn't think it was going to be challenging, but it's simply incredible.
76.
Hey, not only put a little money in RBV's pocket here, we are talking about a new record, baby. There's that number again, 14-time champ, 76 plus dogs is what my screen is frozen on here.
Mine is too, but I see it looks like he got the 76. Man, this is really shitty on ESPN's part.
We were talking about that production. Heads have got to roll here, right?
Oh, somebody's gonna get fired for this today for sure.
Here we go, 76. He got the record. He set that goal. He aimed relieved. High, baby.
He looks relieved.
What you got to think, man, all this buildup, this pressure, everything on you at this moment right here. Ooh, look at those bad boys. This moment here, this is complete relief for him.
It is. So there was a 25 dog difference. I said 30. I was right in the pocket there. 30
I thought it was going to be in that 17-20 range, Rob, but still. One more time around, history made, 14-time champion, new record, 76 dogs down, man.
Congratulations, Joey Chestnut, on breaking his own record. Like I said, Rick, he was only worried about racing against himself. I don't think he even sweated anybody else in this competition.
Now, here's another one here for you, Rob, because coming up here in Cincinnati next week kicks off Burger Week. I'm gonna have all that coverage, and there's so many good photos and vlogs and blogs for people. Me and the RBV OG that's over here. Let's say hi to everybody over there. Old Pops over there. We hit a bunch of spots. Outside of Burger Week, I rarely have a burger for the rest of the year.
Do you really?
Well, it's a whole weekend, and what they do, it's all around the greater Cincinnati area. It's $6 burgers. There's some amazing ones. But last year, I did 17 of them.
Yeah.
This year, I'm hoping to get 20 of them. Me and my dad, me and the OG, we hit last year. We did 5 in one day, and they were half-pounders. I mean, these things are loaded.
You're going to try to beat your own record like Chestnut just did here today.
Yeah. Which is very cool. Good people at City Beat. We work with them. I do some work with them. And I was talking to one of their campaign guys with it and all that. And he's like, pretty impressive. You beat me on that. He's like, stop by the office next week. I'll give you some gift cards and all that. So I guess I'm official. I'm sponsored now.
Wow, that's awesome. RBV, where do you put them and how big are they? Media M5 wants to know.
They go from, you're looking anywhere. If you get the smaller patties, like a quarter pound to a half pound, and you strategically have to, this whole thing is a process too. I have like a whole map where I got the pinpoints. Okay, we don't want to do the whole half pounders on every day, and you look at your routes and all this thing. There's a science to the madness that's going on with RBV Fitness.
I like it. I love it.
Look in here, man, Rob. What a day. What an event. A new record. Same champ. 14-time new record. It was an incredible hour, brother.
It really was. I had a great time doing this. Unfortunate, we had a little bit of it, the presentation being hard.
Here's to everybody that joined us.
Yeah, cheers.
To everybody there. You got the G2. Is that the sugar-free?
It is, yeah.
You know what? I like those things. They're not too bad.
I do, too. I'm trying to once we get through the holiday weekend here, I'm going back onto my diet. But yeah, I've been trying to do a little bit better here. Yeah, big shout out to Ben Hameen for letting us broadcast on Hameen Media Group, and as well as broadcasting here on my own Twitch channel. Thank you everybody for coming out. We hit 50 today, so that was a good number.
Awesome. Hey, if you want to see some more of these types of things, where maybe we just sit down on a Sunday afternoon and we'll tune into something, or just have an open forum like this, let us know. We're always looking for new content, especially when HMG making that move to the Realm Network. It's just, dude, this is what it's about, man. This is the world we live in, and this is where we love to interact and get people together. Thank you to everybody again. This is one of the highlights of my year of podcasting. And I think, the times I come on with Rob, I like to think I'm usually decent, but I go to another level when we start talking food, man.
No, you really do. You really do. You always hit your sweet spot when it comes to food, and you take your game to another level.
Well, it's a passion, man. It's if you really love it, man, and it's to me, when we're talking about the great, titans of industry, what defines America. Anytime you're at an event, it's 4th of July, especially today. You're going to a crowd, you're going to friends and family gatherings. It could be other things, graduation parties, weddings, whatever it's going to be. What really defines an event is the food. It is those great eats. That's what sets. Average to great.
That's exactly right.
Thanks everybody for joining us here. Rob, you want to do the official send home here? We'll do the exchange here. I'll kick in, keep up with the HMG again. We're making that move to Realm, but you can still get all the free content that you love over on our Patreon channel. I know that's Patreon. I got to pay. No, we got it free there for you. We want to keep growing. Please share the YouTube channel. We want to get all those followers, those subscribers up, because you're going to get great live content every week going on. For me personally, getting to marks.com with me and Jargo, and across all social media at The Real RBV.
Yeah, definitely check out Hameen Media Group on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Hameen Media Group. Until we get switched over to Realm, all of our podcasts are on there for free. Patreon.com/Hameen Media Group. You guys can check me out every Thursday on the Rad Rob Radio Network with RTW Main Event, and every Sunday right here on HMG on the affiliate channel. HameenMediaGroup.podbean.com, or search RTW Rewind. That is my retro show, in which Rick and I just did the history of hot dogs. Which that show is available right now. So definitely check that out. It's a companion piece to this. We went through the entire history of hot dogs and why everybody loves them. It's America's favorite food. So check out RTW Rewind anywhere podcasts are found. On Twitter, I'm at Rad Rob Gaming. And I appreciate you having me on here, Rick. It was a blast. We definitely got to do this again next year.
Hey, man, this is our baby from now on. In parting, though, I want to give a shout out to my old girlfriend, Jenny. I guess I should have called her Joey Chestnut, because when I was dating her, she had 74 wieners. Bitch.
I have no segue with that. So, guys,
let's kick it out of here.
We appreciate you being here, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us in the chat, and we'll see you next time. Take care, guys.
Pay us out. Get us out.